Zach and the Submarine, a kid's relaxation story. Hello and welcome to this creative relaxation story time for kids. Over the course of the next half hour, we will hear about a little boy and his cat touring the depths of the ocean in their very own submarine. This story time is different from others you may have heard, since you will be going on a submarine adventure along with Billy, Zach, and their new friend, Captain Nemo. So before we get started, take a moment to get comfortable. Sit down or lie in a comfortable position and take in 3 deep breaths, breathing in and breathing out. And breathing in and breathing out. And one more breath, breathing in and letting it all go. And letting all your worries and thoughts go that you've had today. And just bring yourself right now to Billy and Zach's adventure. Once upon a time, there was a little boy named Billy who had a cat named Zach. Zach was a tabby cat, which means that his fur was soft gold colour with yellow stripes on his back and tail. Billy was a little boy about the same age and height as you are right now. He loved to play with his friends and read stories with his parents, and of course, snuggle his pet cat. Zach and Billy were the best of friends, and together they went on many exciting adventures. One afternoon, Billy and Zach were sitting in the living room looking out the window as the rain poured down outside. It was a cold, grey day, much too cold to splash in puddles and far too wet to play outside. "We've played everything we can inside," Billy says to Zach. "We played blocks and board games, we read all our books, and we even picked up our room. There's nothing else to do." Zach meows in agreement, his striped yellow twitching on the cushion of his favourite chair. "It's so wet outside," Billy says. "There's almost enough water we could ride a boat down the sidewalk." Almost as soon as he says it, Billy and Zach hear a strange bubbling sound just outside the window. It grows louder and louder until, with a popping sound, a shiny silver submarine appears. It seems to float on top of the enormous rain puddle outside the house, its little metal periscope twisting back and forth. "Oh boy," Billy says, "a submarine! Do you think it could be the start of an adventure, Zach?" The cat nods and meows in agreement. As quickly as he can, Billy runs to find his rain boots and umbrella. He helps Zach find his 4 tiny rain boots, and the two of them tiptoe out the front door to look at the submarine up close. The ship is about the size of a car, with round windows set into the side of the submarines. It has propellers and a little hatch on the top instead of doors. The rain continues to pour down around Billy and Zach, and they huddle together under the umbrella as they look at the submarine. Imagine now that you are with them, surveying the ship from underneath the umbrella. You listen to the rain and then you smile, because you know that an adventure is only a few minutes away. As you and your friends look a little closer, you start to hear a soft, scraping sound, as if someone was unscrewing the lid of a jar. With a big pop, The submarine hatch opens and out steps the captain of the vessel. The captain is very elegant black cat, wearing a blue jacket with silver buttons and a little sailor's hat. "Are you Billy and Zach?" he asks. Billy and Zach nod. "And who is your friend?" Billy looks at you, grins, and introduces you to the captain. "Excellent," he replies. "I'm Captain Nemo, and we need your help aboard the HMS Swordfish. Are you ready to climb aboard?" Billy and Zach look at each other for a moment, then at you. Then you all nod excitedly. You have been looking for an adventure all day, and one has finally shown up at your doorstep nonetheless. With Captain Nemo's help, you and your two friends climb up the ladder and on the side of the submarine and down into the belly of the ship. There are 4 seats inside the submarine, all overlooking the steering wheel and ship's control panel. Everything is just your size, from the doors to the chairs, for the captain and the crew. You are excited and happy, for you know that you are safe as you embark on your very own adventure. Behind you, Captain Nemo shuts the hatch, sealing it with a little pop. Billy and Zach take their seats, buckling their seatbelts as they look out the big glass window, and you follow suit. Through the window, you can see the rain pouring down outside, making the puddles on the street and sidewalk even deeper. "It won't take too long to get to the ocean," Captain Nemo says, "but I'll need your help getting there." The captain turns to you. "Retract the periscope," he says, pointing to a lever in front of you. When you pull it, you can hear the periscope folding up inside the ship. "All right, friends," Captain Nemo meows. "Are we ready for an underwater adventure?" You, Billy, and Zach nod. "Then we'll need a countdown," the captain cries. "Let's count down from 10. He pushes a button and pulls a lever, and you hear a happy little beep. "Count down with me," he says, and you oblige. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Blast off! The submarine roars to life, sinking below the water of the nearest rain puddle. You see a leaf floating beside you, and if you look up, you can see raindrops splashing on the top of the puddle. "Next stop, the ocean," cries Captain Nemo, steering the submarine a little lower. Your ship passes by pebbles and twigs, and even a confused-looking fish as you drift away from Billy and Zach's street, down into a river, and from the river toward the sea. Before you know it, the water gets wider and deeper, and the leaves and twigs of the river disappear. You have reached the ocean. Captain Nemo looks over to you. "Would you like to steer the submarine?" You nod, and the captain hands over the steering wheel to you. "If you drive a little slower, we can meet the giant squid. His name is Mondo." You oblige, steering the HMS Swordfish into the darker, deeper waters of the ocean. Beside you, Billy and Zach point out colourful fish and plants as you pass them. "Look," Billy says, "I think I saw a tuna." Says Zach. "Tuna are tasty." "Yes, they are," agrees Captain Nemo. "But we can't stop. We have a mission to find the giant squid." And so you drive the submarine lower and lower. The water is almost black. but the Swordfish has bright headlights that illuminate the path in front of you. "All right, we are here," says Captain Nemo. "You can park the Swordfish here." And you do, pushing the big green button that says Park. It is quiet in the cabin as the four of you sit still, waiting for Mondo to appear. "Look," cries Zack, "that's the squid." He's right. Ahead of you, an enormous squid, almost as big as a submarine, drifts through the water. He almost seems to glow in the dark, and each of his tentacles is a different color. Mondo looks at the submarine, then lifts one of his tentacles and waves, then swims over to the Swordfish. He has a big smile on his face. "Hello, Captain Nemo," he says. "Who are your friends?" You, Billy and Zack, and the captain talk to Mondo for a little while. "What would you like to ask the squid?" Take a few moments now to chat. Mondo the squid flutters his tentacles. "I have to go and pick up the baby squids at school," he says. "Come back and visit any time." And with this, he swims off, disappearing amongst the rocks of the ocean floor. "We have to be home for supper," Billy says. "Can you take us there?" "Of course," Captain Nemo replies. "It will be a short trip." He pulls a lever and pushes a series of buttons. The HMS Swordfish makes some beeping sounds and then begins a gradual return toward the surface. The water gets brighter, and you are able to turn off the headlights. Soon, you are surrounded by brightly colored fish and plants again. Captain Nemo turns the ship back toward the river. It is a little bit slower going upstream, but the Swordfish is a strong submarine, and its propellers push it against the current. You see more leaves and twigs, and even a family of fish sitting down to their dinner as you pass by. Soon the water gets shallower, and you notice an acorn drifting past the windshield. "Look," says Billy. "That's my neighbor's house. We're on the street." "So we are," says Captain Nemo. "As we surface, we'll need another countdown from 10. You can count with Billy and Zack and the captain too. 10. 9. The submarine lifts up a little bit out of the water. 8. 7. It eases up just a little higher. 6. 5. 4. The top of the Swordfish is above the water. 3. 2. 1. And 0. The submarine is parked outside Billy and Zack's house. The rain has stopped, and the sun has begun to dry out all of the rain puddles. It even feels warm outside. Captain Nemo opens the hatch and folds down the submarine's ladder. He helps you and your friends out of the ship, then climbs out himself. Thank you for taking us along on your ocean adventure. It was my pleasure, he replies. You make an excellent submarine crew. Come back anytime. You, Billy and Zach, agree that you will come on another submarine trip soon. But for now, it is time for Billy and Zach to eat their dinner. So the three of you wave to the captain as he climbs back into the HMS Swordfish, closes the hatch, and takes off in a stream of bubbles. It has been a great adventure. If it's time for your bedtime, you're going to relax and sleep well now, knowing that you're going to have wonderful dreams of this submarine adventure. If it's time for you to come back and wake up, stretching out now your arms and legs, and when you are ready, opening your eyes.